What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Gamer Grind. Today, we're jumping to lightspeed and diving deep into the galaxy far, far away with our review of Star Wars Outlaws. This game has been hyped up as the next big thing in the Star Wars universe, but does it live up to expectations? Is it truly the open-world Star Wars experience we've all been waiting for? Or just another game that gets lost in space? Stick around, because we're about to break down everything from the graphics and story to gameplay mechanics and more. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Let's kick things off with the first thing that catches everyone's eye, the graphics. Now, we all know that the Star Wars universe is visually iconic, and Star Wars Outlaws does not disappoint. The moment you boot up the game, you're greeted with a world that's incredibly detailed and vibrant. From the neon-lit streets of bustling cities to the desolate, wind-swept deserts of distant planets, this game nails the aesthetic of the Star Wars universe. The visuals in Star Wars Outlaws are nothing short of stunning. The level of detail is insane. Every environment feels alive and lived in. Whether you're wandering through a crowded cantina filled with a variety of alien species or speeding across the barren dunes on a swoop bike, the game's world feels authentic and expansive. The use of lighting and shadows is particularly impressive, with sunrises and sunsets casting long shadows across the landscape and neon signs illuminating the grime of city streets. The character models are also top tier. Kay Vess, our main character, looks fantastic. Her animations are smooth, her expressions are detailed, and her gear reflects the scrappy, rogue lifestyle that defines her character. The same goes for the NPCs, from droids to alien creatures. They're all meticulously designed, adding to the immersion of the game. And let's not forget about the ships. Flying through space in Star Wars Outlaws is an experience unto itself. The ships are beautifully designed, from the sleek starfighters to the larger freighters. The attention to detail extends to the space battles, where laser blasts and explosions look and feel straight out of the movies. Now, onto the story, because what's a Star Wars game without an epic narrative, right? Star Wars Outlaws takes place between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, in a galaxy under the iron grip of the Empire. You play as Kay Vess, a cunning outlaw who's just trying to make a name for herself in the galaxy's criminal underworld. The story is one of the game's strongest points. It's a classic Star Wars tale of rebellion, survival, and the fight against impossible odds, but told from the perspective of someone who isn't a Jedi or a soldier. Kay is a breath of fresh air in the Star Wars universe. She's resourceful, clever, and willing to bend the rules to get what she wants. The game does a great job of making you care about her journey, as well as the cast of characters she meets along the way. What really hooked me, though, is how the game balances the personal stakes with the larger conflict. Kay's story is deeply personal. She's out for herself, trying to survive in a galaxy that's stacked against her, but it's also tied into the larger battle between the rebellion and the Empire. The narrative is full of twists and turns, with plenty of moral gray areas that force you to make tough choices. Do you betray an ally for a big payday? Or do you stick to your word and risk everything? These decisions impact the story in meaningful ways, giving the game a lot of replayability. Of course, no matter how good a game looks or how compelling its story is, it's the gameplay that ultimately makes or breaks the experience. So, how does Star Wars Outlaws hold up in the gameplay department? First off, the game's open-world design is fantastic. The galaxy is your playground, and it's packed with things to do. Whether you're taking on bounties, smuggling contraband, or just exploring the far reaches of space, there's always something to keep you busy. The game encourages exploration, and it rewards you for going off the beaten path with hidden loot, side quests, and secret areas. The combat in Star Wars Outlaws is a blend of third-person shooting, melee, and stealth mechanics. It's smooth, responsive, and most importantly, it's fun. You've got a variety of weapons at your disposal, from blasters and thermal detonators to a handy melee weapon for close encounters. The combat feels very much in line with the Star Wars universe, fast-paced and energetic, with plenty of opportunities for creative tactics. But combat isn't the only focus here. The game also emphasizes stealth and strategy. Kay isn't a Jedi, she's an outlaw. So sometimes it's better to sneak around or talk your way out of trouble rather than going in guns blazing. The game gives you the tools to approach situations in multiple ways, whether you're hacking droids to cause a distraction or using the environment to your advantage. And let's not forget the space combat. Dogfighting in Star Wars Outlaws is an absolute blast. The controls are intuitive, making it easy to maneuver through asteroid fields, dodge enemy fire, and take out Imperial TIE fighters. The game's space battles are some of the most exhilarating moments, giving you that true Star Wars experience of flying through the galaxy in your own ship. Now, let's talk about the sound design, because Star Wars Outlaws absolutely nails it. The game's soundtrack is a mix of original compositions and classic Star Wars themes, and it's perfect. The music swells at all the right moments, whether you're in the heat of battle or exploring a new planet. The sound effects are spot on too. Every blaster shot, every engine roar, every alien creature sounds exactly like it should. The attention to detail in the sound design really helps to immerse you in the world. It's the little things, like the hum of your ship's hyperdrive or the beeping of a familiar droid, that make the game feel authentically Star Wars. So, what about replayability? Well, Star Wars Outlaws has a lot to offer here. The game's branching narrative means that your choices have a real impact on the story, encouraging multiple playthroughs to see how different decisions play out. And then there's the in-game content. Once you've completed the main story, there's still plenty to do. The game features a new Game Plus mode, allowing you to carry over your progress and tackle tougher challenges. There are also hidden secrets and high-level bounties that only become available after you've finished the main storyline. So, after spending some serious time in the galaxy far, far away, where do I stand on Star Wars Outlaws? This game is a triumph. It delivers on the promise of an open-world Star Wars experience with a compelling story, fantastic graphics, and gameplay that's both engaging and fun. My final rating? I'm giving Star Wars Outlaws a 9 out of 10. It's not perfect. There are a few minor issues, like occasional bugs and some repetitive side missions, but these are small gripes in an otherwise stellar game. If you're a Star Wars fan or just someone who loves a good open-world adventure, this is a game you don't want to miss. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe for more gaming content, and hey, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Star Wars Outlaws? Did it live up to your expectations? Until next time, may the Force be with you, and keep grinding, gamers.